Sponsored by the Nikon Coolpix S30-300.
There are people out there who think I'm a god, who want to carry on my work. One person in particular, much closer to home than you might think.
Mercedes Fisher? I believe she was discharged around 1 p.m. on Friday.
To kill in cold blood, he'll be strong-willed and possess a savage sense of purpose.
Just want to see him for 5 minutes. That's all I want. 5 minutes. Come on, mate. Let me see him. I've been here all night.
Hey, you okay?
Can't get her out of my head. Just keep seeing her face.
I thought you might be thinking of her. Why don't you go see her?
Yeah, I was thinking about her.
I can come with you if you like.
Want to see Mitzi?
Oh, I thought you were talking about your mum.
Look, I need to see her. No, she must be going through hell in that place with all these articles in the paper.
I can't even believe you're saying that. Riley, she stabbed me. And if you and Lindsay hadn't walked in when you did, then I could have been... Maybe you'd have preferred that.
Mercedes!
Oh, no, I'm sorry. But if she's going to be a part of your life, then I can't be a part of yours either. And maybe it's best if I moved out. I was starting to get used to it. Us all back as a family again.
The deal was that you could come back to this place to recuperate for a bit. Nothing else.
I woke up at about 4 o'clock, thought I dreamt the whole thing. How mad was last night?
I don't feel so good, you know. You go in and I'll come in later, yeah?
Are you serious? We've only got 2 days left.
Yeah, I know how many days we've got left, thanks.
Exactly, so now's not the time to be pulling a sickie. Is this because of Ryan?
What?
Because he was chucked out that club.
No, of course not.
Well, whatever it is, you need to hurry up because I need to get this top back to Kat before she notices. We're using it today, remember? George! It's ruined!
Oh.
You got somewhere better to be. You should check Tex is okay. You do that. While you're at it, tell her to get down here and take back everything she said.
All right, Dad.
All them lies you've been spreading about your brother. Oh, don't tell me you're starting to believe her. Of course not. Good. Make sure you tell her that.
Get Will Savage back in the interview room, please.
I don't believe it.
I always knew there was something up with him.
Joel, I went out with him.
Yeah, and he never let me forget it. He's always having a go. You should be glad he's locked up.
I
Can't believe Mercedes. Dumped by text. She's changed since that stabbing, mate.
Surely anyone who spent a minute in Will's company would know he's not capable of...
I'm sure it'll all blow over.
Is this what it's going to be like now? Everyone staring at us, nobody talking to us.
That's us now, mate. Practically celebs, me and you. Friends of a serial killer.
How unseemly.
You got the wrong guy, though, mate. As if Will, our Will, Buckhead Will, could actually kill someone. Behave.
I do hope you're right.
Yeah. Hey, you're not even talking to him anyway.
He doesn't deserve this, does he?
Listen, I'll catch you in a bit anyway, Barney. Yeah?
That's great.
Where's your evidence?
I can't discuss that with you, Mr. Savage.
He's a good lad.
I just heard. Where is he? Is he okay?
No one will tell me anything.
Look, we'll let you know as soon as we can. In the meantime, I suggest you get him a good lawyer.
They don't actually think he did it. On what grounds?
Ask Texas.
We're never going to be able to repair it. You're just going to have to come clean.
Me? It was your fault.
How is this my fault?
You persuaded me to wear it. I told you to be careful. And I was. I don't know how it happened.
Morning.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay, I need the prototype. Can one of you bring it down to the shoot in half an hour? Anyone?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, George. Oh, and I thought you could go on the street style shoot this afternoon with Ryan. He'll talk you through it, okay?
You have brought the top.
Just tell him. I have to ask you again, Will. What were you doing the day Lindsay Nolan was murdered?
I've told you. I've been writing a book.
How did you end up with a photo of Miss Nolan?
It was an accident. I was just taking pictures in the village and she just walked into frame.
And that was the only time you saw her that day?
Yeah.
Had you had any other recent contact with Miss Nolan?
No.
The container got damaged in here.
Will she be okay with that?
Tops are one off.
Why didn't I just wear my own clothes?
This has not been a good day. Had my uncle on my case first thing about wagging his membership card. Then George acting like I'm contagious. Now this, icing.
George, what do you mean?
You wouldn't even look at me.
Well, he wasn't bothered about last night. He loves a bit of drama.
As long as the drama doesn't end in a kiss.
You two kissed?
He must have told you.
You've got a girlfriend?
No. She's my flatmate. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's not interested.
Yes, he is. He thinks you're hot.
We should get going.
What's going on?
We're waiting. There's been a bit of a problem.
What sort of problem?
Have you eaten yet? You got to keep your strength up. How about I make you something? Soup? Soup's always good.
Have they charged him yet?
They still don't know it was him, babe.
Maybe let the police know. Have you lost your mind?
Will sat in a police cell because of you?
Oh, that's right. It's all my fault, isn't it?
I know you're trying to find someone to blame.
You don't know anything.
It's a classic response. You're trying to make sense of things. I get that.
Don't you dare try and tell me how I'm feeling.
Will didn't do it.
Nobody listened to Lindsay when she told us about Silas. And maybe if we had, then Ray, Heidi, they'd still be alive. You know, maybe even her.
Hey, this isn't helping anyone. You should go.
Are you serious? What are you even doing here?
She doesn't need this right now.
This is Will we're talking about. Your brother.
Goodbye, Ash.
Did you ever
ever go round to her house?
No.
So why have my officers found your fingerprints all over her bedroom, Will?
I think I might have been to a party there once.
And ended up in her bedroom.
It's not much of a party if you can remember it, is it?
Let me ask you, Will. Do you recognize this?
Hollyoaks, sponsored by the Nikon Coolpix S30-300.
In my mind's eye, I am still a young girl. A girl with wings on her heels. Running was all I ever dreamed of. But way back then, dreams were just that. So I went to work. I fell in love. I became a mother. And I wondered if whatever was within me was within her. And today, thanks to National Lottery funding, my daughter lives her dream. She runs. And I run with her.
The moment is here. Do it justice with Sky Plus HD. Join now and get 3 months free HD, a free Sky Plus HD box, and free standard setup. Sky. Believe in Britain.
This is going to be a great summer for sports. So, as well as watching, why not get going? Just fill in a Games for Life questionnaire and we'll give you loads of ideas for activities to try every day. So we can all stay healthy. And have loads of fun doing it. For your personalised activity plan, search Games for Life now.
Catch the BBC's coverage of the Olympic Games across 24 HD channels on Sky. Believe in Britain.
Introducing King of the Day at Burger King. A different favourite every day of the week for just $1.99. Only at Burger King.
Four guys, one hot tub, time machine, sent back to the 80s.
What color is Michael Jackson?
Black. Winterfest 86. We were here. What if we run into ourselves?
To settle old scores.
Do you know what happens to you? You're addicted to Weight Watchers.
The whole system can go haywire if you change one little thing.
We're gonna make like Hitler president or something. We can't do this.
Who is carrying me home tonight? Who's the geek?
He's your son.
Hot Tub Time Machine, Sunday at 10 on 4.
Hollyoaks, sponsored by the Nikon Coolpix S30-300.
You borrowed it to go out? I don't know what to say.
Thought it'd be okay. I knew it wasn't okay. I just wanted to wear it so much.
Esther, do you understand that this outfit's irreplaceable? And without it, we don't have a shoot today.
I could maybe try and fix it. Pretty good at sewing.
I think you better leave it for today.
Want me to go?
Just get yourself sorted. We'll see what we can do with this.
Really sorry, Kat.
We found it in your bedroom, Will. Do you know whose it is? Check the engraving if you're not sure.
It's Lindsay's. I stole it from her room a couple of weeks ago. Silas wanted it.
And do you often steal things for Mr. Blissett?
He said that he'd help me with the book if I got it for him. I'm not proud of myself.
It must have been very important to you, this book.
It's going to solve all our money problems. I had a publisher involved. He was talking thousands. I was doing it for my family.
So is that as far as your involvement with Mr. Blissett went? He was helping you with your research?
Yeah. But I did... I knew him before he went to prison. We were friends. Sort of.
You heard anything?
I've been trying to talk some sense into Texas. I can't believe she's turned on Will like this.
Look at the state of it.
Come on. We'll get it tidied.
Come to go up as well, have you?
How is he?
Like you care.
Of course we care.
Well, do us a favour then. Leave us alone.
Lib.
So I'll do the photos, you log their details, and we'll share the spotting. You happy to flag them down?
Yeah, sure.
What's your problem exactly? Because I'm the one who looks like a loser here.
You do.
I really thought you liked me. Even your friend Esther did. Never tried to kiss you otherwise.
She said that.
You're not wrong. I was flirting, but it's just what I do.
Even though you thought I was straight?
Yeah, because I thought you were straight. It's just a bit of fun.
Okay, cool.
No, I do like you, honest. Just not in that way. I'm sorry for making you think that I did.
Yeah, okay. Said it was cool.
Really?
Get over yourself. You're not all that. Anyway, we've got work to do. You ready?
Yes. Street style, here we come. I used to play chess with him. Used to chat about stuff.
What sort of stuff?
Philosophy, literature. He was interesting. I used to like hanging out with him. I couldn't believe it when it turned out.
Ray Wilson was a friend of yours, wasn't she? How could you offer to write his memoirs when you knew what he'd done to her? Was the money that important to you?
I guess I wanted to know why he did it. I wanted to understand.
You see, the trouble is, Will, Mr. Blissett claims to have no idea that you were writing a book about him, or that he's in any way involved in your research.
No, it's true. He's lying.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to speak to him. You've got to speak to him again. Please.
Looks like your little story just doesn't add up. Does it?
doing something wrong.
No, it's just this place. It proper creeps me out. Ever since you got broken into.
Would you rather be at your place than Michaela that was evils all day?
She likes you, really.
She wants my head in her plate.
Don't be damn. Where's that Walker guy?
Who cares? Can look after this place on my own. You're still weirded out about Will. But he can't hurt you now.
What about that bloke, Samson?
Samson's not a threat anymore.
Yeah, what if he just turns up?
He won't.
Small talk, big thoughts, gonna tell them all just what I want. That street, 2 streets, I see you hanging on the end of swings. Count high, look, my eyes are closed. I'm Superman, it's our show. I wanna shoot too, gonna kick with my shoes. I'm gonna kick until I need new shoes. Yeah, yeah, I said don't stop, don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Stop, don't stop, don't stop giving me
I feel dead safe when you're with me.
Never let anything bad happen to you, would I?
Are you gonna open up soon?
I'm the boss. I can open up when I want.
Ooh, you're so cool. It's so nice not having Brendan round and walk with his pervy eyes. I wish this place was all yours.
One day.
What a day! My feet are killing me. We started off down Oxford Street, then we went to Brick Lane. I'm going to live there, by the way. The street start is such a giggle. The worst part's where you meet someone that you really want to take a picture with a friend that you really kind of don't. And it's like, well, how'd you say no thank you, darling? But I just ended up taking everyone's pictures because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
You're not even going to ask me.
Oh, sorry, love. What did Kat say?
She sent me home. Can't blame her. At least you had a good day. You and Ryan.
What do you mean by that?
You didn't even text George. You don't care. You're that obsessed with him.
No, I'm not. I didn't even want to do that shoot.
Yeah, sounds like it. Why don't you tell me about the kiss?
Because it wasn't really a kiss, really. It was... And I don't actually fancy him, so you had no right to tell him that, by the way.
I thought you liked him.
Well, no, I don't. It's a joke.
I was doing you a favour.
Yeah, well, you didn't, so next time just stay out of it, yeah?
Grow up and just admit that you like him.
Grow up? You can talk. You're the one that ripped that top last night. You tried blaming me for it.
I wouldn't have even wore that stupid top if you hadn't made me feel so rubbish.
Me? What did I say?
It was more what you didn't say, George. Knew exactly what you was thinking.
Come off it, Esther. You wore that top because you wanted to look cool and you wanted to fit in. I just don't get why you can't be yourself.
So now I'm a desperate triad.
Oh, okay, Esther, I'm going to shower.
How long's he been asleep?
About an hour.
John Sandwich?
No, I'm fine, thanks. Look, Mercedes, no, I don't want to argue, but I meant what I said before.
No, I know. Look, I'm sorry too. I've just been daft. Why don't you go for a nap? I'll take care of him.
Jeez.
Riley. It will get better, you know?
Yeah.
borrow some sugar? Looks like you and me are going to be neighbours.
Your wife finally kicked you out, did she?
Thought you'd be pleased. So tense. Anyone would think you had something to hide.
Mercedes, have we got any headache tablets?
Yeah, bathroom cupboard.
Jeez. I know what you did.
Don't worry, guys. Looks worse than it is. Have it cleaned up in a jiffy.
Oi, oi. Looks like the cavalry's arrived.
Yeah, well, I thought you'd give a hand clearing up.
Yeah, cheers, lovely. I'll be there in a minute.
I'm sorry about earlier. Come here.
He'll be so proud if he knew you was here making an effort for him.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Would we, Dodge?
I didn't do it. William Savage, you're being charged with murder. At midday on Friday, the 29th of June 2012, at number 2 Oakdale Drive in Hollyoaks, you did murder Lindsay Nolan, contrary to common law.
Oh, so was it, Will? What did it? Could be. He's got shifty eyes, that one. Go to e4.com/Hollyoaks where you can interrogate him and all the other suspects and tweet your suspicions using the hashtag #WhoKilledLindsay. Well, tonight on 4 and with Olympic security the top story, the Channel 4 News is at 7 after a brief pause for Forethought.tv. Next.
Kayla's stopping at Amy's tonight.
What about Catherine Angel?
She's with Jackie.
So, we've got the place to ourselves.
Hollyoaks, sponsored by the Nikon Coolpix S30-300.
Hello, my name's Angelos. That's me, and this is my show where I get to do what I want. Like get people from the telly to come and have a chat. I don't do the kissing, because I don't know what you've got. And generally just muck about. If you're watching in 3D...
The Angelos Epithemiou Show, starting Friday at 10:35 on 4.
So the Channel 4 News, all the latest at 7 o'clock, after tonight's Forethought.tv on 4.
The Bible makes it pretty clear that the leadership of the church and the family is a male role. My name is Susie Leaf, and I'm a member of the Church of England's General Synod. I'm here with my husband Dan, who's a lay preacher, and we believe our bishops should only be men. Women look to men. They look to men for some of the most crucial decisions of their lives. Why is it that only once every 4 years we have one day when women are allowed to propose? And the rest of the time, women are waiting for men to ask them to marry them. And that's something really inherent in women. We wait for them. Otherwise, what we tend to do is what we see, which happened in the Garden of Eden. Adam stood back and did nothing. Eve made a bit of a bad decision, and the world got into a bit of trouble. My husband Dan is a very godly man. He has led our family very well, and together, I hope, we are a good team that brings glory to God. To women who long to be bishops in our church, I think it's sad in many ways. There's no doubt that some members of the Church of England are sexist, but that's not the experience I have in the churches I belong to. Here, in those churches where men and women serve alongside each other equally but in different roles, there is a great deal of respect.
Do you think men are better leaders than women? Tell us what you think at forethought.tv.
How can you lose 50 billion quid and still pay bonuses?
Can a maverick businessman from Burnley
It's Dave.
succeed where the big banks have failed?
I want to open a tiny bank.
You've got no chance.
It can't be that difficult.
This is the rule book.
One way or another, it's going to happen.
Bank of Dave, tomorrow at 9 on 4.
It's Wednesday night, so what does that mean? That's right, it means the weekly look at people with things wrong with them while you're trying to eat your tea. Embarrassing bodies are going under the skin at 8 after the Channel 4 News with Jon Snow and Krishnan Gurumurthy.
As private contractor G4S fails to fulfill its Olympic security undertakings, 3,500 troops are called up. The vast G4S security conglomerate that dominates private security contracts from prisons to ministries and corporate headquarters has failed to supply the security personnel it promised to guard the Olympic Games. Good evening. With just days to go, the army has had to cancel leave and call up some 3,500 troops to make good G4S's failure. Tonight, as the state makes good this corporate breach, why did G4S leave so critical an obligation so late? The other headlines tonight. The government publishes its plan to stem the costs of social care, but the proposals are once again short on proper costings. Slavery in our time. 4 travellers are guilty of keeping a number of men in horse boxes and kennels and forcing them to work 19 hours a day for little or no pay. And the captain speaks. Smashing his cruise ship onto the rocks was a banal accident, he says, but it wasn't all my fault.
Also tonight, the inside story of today's fiery anti-cuts protest in Spain. At 7:25, while the streets of Madrid are a battleground, we followed the miners from their hometowns.
Now, within the last hour, it's been revealed that up to 3,500 extra troops are being called in to provide security at the Olympics. This move follows Home Office concerns that security company G4S simply will not be able to supply the 10,000 guards it was contracted to deliver. Our Home Affairs correspondent, Simon Israel, has the details.
The global security company G4S pledged to recruit 10,400 staff in a contract worth £250 million. These were personnel to be deployed at all Olympic venues to check bags and vehicles. In May, G4S said close to 4,000 have been trained and deployed. But following a meeting with the Home Office today, and with just 2 weeks to go before the Games open, it was agreed that target would not be reached. G4S said in a statement tonight,
"This has been an unprecedented and very complex security recruitment, training and deployment exercise which has been carried out to a tight timescale. We have encountered some issues in relation to workforce supply and scheduling over the last couple of weeks, but are resolving these every day and remain committed to providing a security workforce for the start of the London 2012 Games."
What that means in effect is that 3,500 more soldiers on top of the 12,500 already deployed have been ordered to prepare for duties at the Games sites, such as checking bags.
Simon, how has this been left so late? We've just got a few days to go to the Olympics.
Indeed, let me take you back to the beginning of the year when G4S was actually contracted to only supply 2,000 personnel. Then it was decided that's far too few to guard all the Olympic venues. I tell you what, we'll up it to over 10,000. G4S agreed, promised that they could supply that, and by May had deployed somewhere around 4,000 vetted, trained staff to some of the sites, 6,000 short. Suddenly, 2 weeks before the Games is about to start, we learn from a meeting that the Home Office had with G4S and others today that it can't do that. It simply can't do that.